Hello everyone, this is Julie Golding Page, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm usually in St. Stephen, New Brunswick, Canada, along the tidal Scudig or St. Croix River, but today I'm talking to you from our cottage on Lake Simcoe in southern Ontario, just north of Toronto. And I would like to acknowledge that the land on which we have our cottage is the traditional territory of the Huron-Wendat, Haudenosaunee, and Anishinaabeg nations. And I'm very grateful that they share this beautiful place with us. Today I want to do a kit and cuppa with you, and today's kit and cuppa is involving a couple of kits actually. So we're going to use some leftovers that I have from this beautiful no stamping kit, which is called the Saying Thanks kit, and we are going to use them in conjunction with this lovely confetti birthday shaker kit. So it's really interesting to see the things you can do with kits. You don't have to just use them the way that they're given to you. You can actually mix them together in kind of a mashup, and you can use the leftovers, which is what we're doing today. But before I get there, I just wanted to mention as well, I have some classes that I'm going to be posting very soon, and I just want to show you something from one of the classes here. And apparently the thing I was going to show you has disappeared in the meantime. Oh, here it is. Okay. Everything is always different at the cottage. So this is a class that I'm going to be offering for September. So I'll be putting up the class information either this week or early next. And this one is using the Bottled Happiness stamp set and the vintage bottle shaker domes, as well as the vintage bottle punch. And as you can see, this is raised, so I've got this little message in the bottle card. And we'll be doing some other cards. I plan to use some sea glass in one, some sand and possibly some shells in another, and then we'll do one with just the stamp set as well. That's kind of what I'm thinking so far. I haven't designed all of them yet, but I really like the idea of using these vintage shaker domes because they're so cute. So that's going to be one of the classes. There will also be a simple stamping class and a kit class that will be coming up for September. All right, but right now what I want to do is get right to our project. And in another episode of Kit and Cuppa, I actually made one of these cards. I made this one, so you can look back at that. I think it was a couple of weeks ago, back when I was still at home in St. Stephen. But here today, we are going to make this card, but we're going to use supplies from the Saying Thanks kit. So this Saying Thanks kit makes really beautiful cards all by itself. It's a great beginner's kit because there's no stamping. Everything is all die cuts and sticking together. That's all you've got to do for it. So look at this. Aren't they the cutest little cards? And look at this. This looks so intricate, and really all you got to do is punch out those little hearts and stick the pieces together. So it's really, really a great kit if you're just starting with paper crafting or you want to make a bunch of cards. This is a great kit to do it with, and it is really inexpensive as well. I think it's under $20. I'd have to check that, but it's really an inexpensive kit. And today we're also going to be using this one, which is Confetti Birthday Kit. And this one is a stamping kit, and it comes with this lovely little stamp set here. So great for birthdays or celebrations. It comes with this tear and tape, which I'll show you how to use later. It comes with these lovely little dimensionals, which are one of my favorite products. It comes with a Stamp and Spot, which is Blueberry Bushel, one of the new colors just this May. It comes with these lovely sequins and shaker bits, which we're not going to use in our card today though. And it comes with all your card bases and everything you need to make the project. So let's see, let's get them out. So we're going to make this card, so I'm going to get that out. We've got our stamp set. And let's open the instructions and just see what we need here. So there's always a page that just lays out all the ingredients, so to speak, for each card. So this one, we need this card. And then they've got these little squares. You could use them for something else as well. So we'll just take them out. And now that is all ready to go. So we'll just fold that over. And if you've got a bone folder, I don't here at the cottage, but at home I would use a bone folder to make a nice crisp fold there. We also need this little cross piece here. So I'm going to just take one of those out as well. You can see from our instructions here that we also need a label, a rectangular label. And so we're going to get that out too. So let's see, I'm going to just get my other stuff out. And we need a white piece of paper. So here's a white piece of paper. And let's get our label out as well. So you get a whole sheet of labels. They always give you more than you really need, so you will have leftovers. And we're going to be using these ones. They have the lovely silver foil accents, which is fantastic. And I should show you the envelopes as well, because the envelopes are super cute for these. So they all coordinate like any of Stampin' Up's products that are sold together. So they have this lovely confetti effect going on there. And they have these ones in Flirty Flamingo. These ones are Coastal Cabana. And then these ones are the new Lemon Lime Twist. So beautiful, beautiful colors, very celebratory, great for birthdays for kids and adults alike. So let's see how we're going to put this together. So let's just follow the instructions, and then we will go our own way when we get to a certain point in the card. Okay, so first of all, they want us to stamp Happy Birthday. So there's the stamp and spot. We're going to use it on our block and stamp Happy Birthday. And all of the kits will come with their very own block, so you don't have to worry about that. It comes with it for you. This one's kind of messy. You can see I've been using that one for a long time. So I have a lot of those. And we're just going to open up our stamp and spot here. You just need to have some scissors to kind of break the seal here along the edge. You can also, if you choose, you can lift up the corner of the adhesive there, whatever works better for you. I found the ones that are newer are kind of stuck hard and I can't really get a hold of them, so I've been opening them this way. And you can also put a little elastic around them afterwards to keep them together if you'd like to. So that's another good tip. And let's see, so we're going to stamp Happy Birthday, or you could do Oh Happy Day if it's something else that's not a birthday. But I'm going to use Happy Birthday. And for my Happy Birthday, I'm going to place it face down here. I'm going to use my cardboard underneath so you can see it a little bit better. And here's my cardboard. So I'm just going to put it so it's face up so you can read the sentiment, just like that. And then I'm going to pick it up with my block. And the reason I'm going to do it that way, and I'll show you why, is if you just stick it on your block, look how easy it is to get it crooked. So I did it really crooked to show you what I meant. But you can get it just slightly off, and then your whole card looks kind of like it's bent over or something. So, so I like to put the sentiment down first, and then I pick up the photopolymer stamp. That's what these kind of plasticky looking stamps are called. And then it's on the block. And every time you have a new photopolymer stamp, it's a good idea to do some conditioning first. So that's exactly what I'm doing now. And I'm simply allowing the oils from my fingers to take away the coating that is on the exterior of the stamp when it comes from the factory. If you don't do that, oftentimes you will get kind of an uneven image and the ink doesn't really stick to the stamp very well. So that's why I'm doing that, just to make sure that we give it ample opportunity to stamp as well as possible. And let's give it a try here. I always recommend you give it a try on your cardboard first. And you do need a cardboard underneath with these photopolymer stamps, because unlike red rubber stamps, which come with a built-in foam, these do not have a cushion. And so you need to provide the cushion, and that is what we have with our piece of cardboard here. So let's stamp this, and we hold it down for several seconds. Just even pressure, and then lift up, straight up. So that looked like that stamped pretty well. If you're still getting an uneven image, what I would say is to use Versamark ink, and I'll just show you that right now, because sometimes I find I need to do that. So here's the Versamark ink. It is actually a invisible kind of ink. You can use it for embossing and watermarking and all kinds of other things. There's many ways to use it, but I like to recommend it as a way to condition your stamps. And a lot of people don't know that about these photopolymer stamps, and they think that they're cheap or they don't work. But it's just because they have to be conditioned when you first buy them. So if you're getting an uneven image after you've used your fingertips all over the stamp, what I'd say is just stamp a couple of times into Versamark ink. That's all it takes. and then coat it up with the ink because it is an invisible ink, so it won't hurt your ink pads. So you can just do that. And coat it up really well too, so that it gives you a nice even color. And then stamp straight down. You don't have to rock or anything else. Just hold it down for a few seconds and then pull up. And see if you can tell any difference between those two. I think probably the second image is just a bit clearer than the top one. So the top one, you can see kind of the edges are a little bit raggedy, but this one is much smoother. And so I really recommend this Versamark ink. I've taken to using it quite often with the photopolymer stamps because it just gives you a better result. And after you've coated it that once, that's probably enough. If you're still getting some unevenness, just clean your stamp, use Versamark again, and then carry on. So that should pretty much solve that kind of an issue for you. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to stamp on our little label here. So I'm just going to be optimistic and say we coated it up enough, and let's go ahead and just ink it now. So we won't worry about that. All right, so here we go. So let's just try to put that in the middle there. We'll hold it down for several seconds and we'll see how it turns out. All right. Yeah, that looks really good actually. So yeah, you can see the edges are not all raggedy on that. They're pretty clear. And I'm really happy with the result that I got from using the Versamark. And once again, this one is Blueberry Bushel, which is one of the new colors that just came out in May. So I recommend always cleaning your stamp immediately so that it doesn't get ink on you or your project or your clothing or anything. And I'm just using a stamp chamois here. It's called a Simply Chamois. They're not very expensive and they're just this foamy material. You just dampen them underwater so they're really pliable like that. Wring them out gently. And water alone will clean the vast majority of inks off. So most of the inks sold by Stampin' Up! Will be washed off readily with this Simply Chamois. And it doesn't matter if it looks all stained like that, it still works just fine. You can also rinse it underwater and get some of that color out. All right, so here we go. We've got our Versamark, so I'm going to move that out of the way for us. And let's see what we need to do next in our card. So next what we're going to do is use tear and tape over this cross piece and stick it onto the card. We're also going to stick on our label like that. So let's see. Okay, so we can go ahead and do that then. Let's use the tear and tape first. And this is a really nice product because it is one that you can actually tear, just like the name implies. Now, I had my tear and tape here. Where did it go? Okay, here we go. So this is tear and tape. They give you a pretty generous amount right in the kit, and you can also buy it as a separate product. So it's a double-sided tape. You can see this side's smooth, so it has a coating on it, and the sticky part is underneath here. So we're going to put some of that right on our little cross piece. So we're going to flip it over. And we'll just put it on the back here. All right, and we'll put another piece over here. And the reason I didn't go over that piece in the middle is then I would cover over the coating that has to come off, and then you couldn't remove the coating and you get all the glue all messed up. So we're just not going to cover over any of the other tape while we're at it here. And then we're going to take off the little coating, the backing. All right, we're going to remove all of that. And then we're just going to go and simply stick it on the front of our card. We'll just line it up carefully and stick it right on. So here's our card. And we're just going to line it up for ourselves here. Hopefully that lines up nicely. Yeah, it fits very well. Look at that. Lines up perfectly. And then in our card too, they want us to put these little hexagons on. So these are something else that comes right in your kit. These are Stampin' Dimensionals, and they are a super, super good product. And they even tell you where to put them. So they've got 3 across here. So we're going to put 3 across as well. So the instructions are great. There's no words, but you can figure out what they're doing just by the pictures. And that's so that they can be used in all of Stampin' Up's different markets. Okay, so here's our card, and here's what the final one looks like. So we're going to put that right underneath. And you can put it down a ways or up really close to the cross piece, whatever you'd like to do. I think I'll put mine just down a little ways there, because I kind of like the look of that. All right, and next, what they're doing is they're taking a little envelope that is supplied, they're putting the sequins in, sealing it up, and then sticking it onto the card to make the shaker element inside. But what we are going to do is we're going to make our own shaker pieces out of that saying thanks kit. So let's do that right now, and we will get that part done. So I'm just going to move this off to the side. And the saying thanks kit has these lovely panels like this. So they're white panels, and I will just get one out for you to show you what it looks like. Here's what the final card looks like when you use those panels. You just punch out all the little hearts, and you get this wonderful rainbow effect underneath. So I have one of these left, and what we're going to do is we're going to punch out all of those little hearts, and we're going to use those instead of sequins for our shaker element. So these never actually get used in the saying thanks kit. They're just all these little extra hearts, and I thought, hey, we could use those. Let's just put them into our shaker. So I think that will look really nice. So we just need to punch them all out, and then we'll be able to use them. And then I'll have this card left to put into, or this panel left rather, to put into a card in the saying thanks kit. So you can use all the little pieces, and there's always something else you can do with the leftovers, I find, which is great. So I will just finish punching all those little guys out. And what we're going to do, so that they're not just white on white, because that would be pretty boring, right? We're going to color them. And what we're going to do is we're going to color them with the colors that are in the confetti birthday kit. So see all those confetti colors? We're going to use those colors to color our hearts. And then we're going to make them our shaker element and take the leftovers from this saying thanks kit, and we're going to use them as the featured shaker element in this other kit that we have, which is called Confetti Birthday. And I'll put all the information about this in the post after my broadcast today, and you'll be able to look at it on my website. So you'll have all the instructions there about what we're doing. So here are the colors that we're going to be using. All right, so I have dark Flirty Flamingo. I have dark Poppy Parade. Oh, hi, Kathy. I hope you like the project today. We're combining two kits using leftovers from one and pieces from another. So dark Daffodil Delight. We're using light Lemon Lime Twist. And, whoops, upside down. Dark Azure Afternoon. And dark Pool Party. So we're going to use these 6 colors and just kind of randomly color all these hearts. And then we're going to make them our shaker elements. Okay, so let's start just with the rainbow colors. So let's go with red first. So we're just going to use these alcohol markers and very easily and gently brush on the color. It doesn't take much, and it's very smooth, as you can see. It doesn't leave all kinds of unattractive lines like you get in water-based markers. And that's why I like using these Stampin' Blends alcohol markers so much. All right, so there we got 2 red hearts. Let's see how many did we have, and we can kind of make them evenly distributed that way. All right, so let's look at the panel we had. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so that's 14. 6 more is 20, and 4 times 3 is 12, so we got 32. So we got 6 colors. That's not really evenly divided into 32. But we can do like 5 of each and then randomly choose the last couple. Okay, so we'll do 5 of each. So here we go. So this takes a little time, but there's almost no money involved. If you already have the markers, you're ready to go. You could do as many of these as you wanted, and it'd be so simple. And I think a little bit therapeutic too. If you want to just sit and color for a while, take the stress away, not have to think about anything, just color these little hearts very easily and quickly. So there's 5 of those guys. let's do yellow next. And let's see. So here, we'll do this one in Daffodil Delight. And we'll pick this one up. And we'll do this one. All right, there's 2. This will be 3. All right. And if you're watching today, I'd love to hear where you're watching from and maybe what your favorite kit is from Stampin' Up. There's so many of them out now, and I'm sure everybody has a different favorite. There's so many really cool ones. I like this shaker one, and then I like the rainbow effects of the Saying Thanks kit. They're really nice too. All right, let's go on to green. So this one is Light Lemon Lime Twist. So we'll do that one next. And that's a beautiful color. It just feels so summery to me. It makes me want to get a lime popsicle, actually. Oh yes, you love these markers too, Kathy? Yeah, I just think the alcohol markers are the best because they don't leave all those unattractive lines like water-based markers do. Whoops, I'm getting them stuck together here. We don't want that. All right. And just be careful, as you saw, that one was not quite dry there, so I might need to color the other side so that I don't have that little red bit of effect on there. So let's just color the back. That's a good thing about paper crafting too, is you can always use the back of your paper, and if you just have a little mistake, see that, how I got that little bit of red on there? I'll just turn it over and we'll color the back, and that'll be just fine. And these can dry really well while we're finishing up here. Oops. And maybe while I'm coloring these things, I can tell you too about some of the deals that are on right now. So yesterday, in fact, was the start of bonus days, and bonus days means that for every $60 spend retail, so that's before tax and shipping, you collect a coupon for $6. So if you were to shop with me and spend $60, you'd get 1 coupon. If you spent $120 before tax and shipping, you'd get 2 coupons, and so forth. And you can use all of the coupons you accumulate throughout the rest of July in the month of August. So that's going to be really, really nice because I think everybody's feeling the pinch right now, and anything we can save on is really great. This one's Dark Pool Party, so we'll do that next. And today, too, is the last day of the Paper Pumpkin Pass Kit and Refill sale. So I didn't go online yet today because I had meetings to see what's left, but any of the past kits and refills will be on sale. Some are on really huge sale, and it's up to 50% off, and many of them were already deeply discounted to start with. So it's a really good deal. If you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you're eligible to get in on the sale. If you haven't bought this month's Paper Pumpkin, it is a beach-themed kit and looks really, really great. I'm going to be getting it myself, and I'll probably demonstrate it on one of these Kit and Cuppa times in the future after it comes. But it's just perfect for summer, and it also shows you how to make accordion fold cards. So if you haven't made an accordion fold card, Paper Pumpkin kit this month is a great, inexpensive, and easy way to get introduced to that, to know how to make them. All right, I think I got my 5 there, so I'll go on to the next color. Let me see, what do we got here? So, whoops, this one is Dark Azure Afternoon. And the color used in the kits is actually Blueberry Bushel, but I don't have that marker yet, and I think this blue will stand in for it really well, so I think it'll look nice. So here we go with the blue. All right, here we go. And also another thing that's going on right now is Christmas stuff has come out. So with the online exclusives, that is items that are available only online, they'll not be in any catalog, or at least not right now. They're not in a catalog. They just came out yesterday, and those are available for purchase for anyone now. So that's another really nice deal to get in on. There we go. And the clearance rack was just refreshed actually yesterday as well. So it's got a lot of new things that weren't there before. I would advise having a look at that too, because the deals are always fantastic there. I found some gold holly leaves, some embellishments, that were only $1. So they had some really, really great deals there, and lots of stamp sets are there as well. So it all depends on what you want. Stamps and dies are available, or if you're looking for embellishments or ribbons, they've got those as well. And it's a really good set of deals right now. So summer has been a great time to purchase so far. And of course, the best deal is always to join my team. You don't have to sell anything. You can just buy for yourself. And right now, when you join, it's $135. You get to pick $165 of anything you want. You also get a past paper pumpkin thrown in for free. And you can get a 20% discount on future orders during the time that you belong to the group. And I also offer a $15 a month crafting class for anyone who wants to take part, who's on my Creative Cafe team. So you'd be most welcome to join us. We're all across the country because I operate mostly online, and it's really fun that way because then I meet people from everywhere, and I love that. Okay, so we've got all our cute little hearts done here. So let's see how to make our card now. So we've got the card with this cross in the middle. Here's what we've got done. We've stamped and we've stuck on the cross. And now what do we need to do? So we need to put our white paper in there. So let's grab our white piece of paper. And that comes right in your kit. So we're going to stick the white paper in there. So we've got a backdrop. And we are going to put all of our little guys in there. So let's see if we can get them all in there so that they're the right way round. I don't want them to go on their backs because they're not colored on the backs. So let's see if we can get them in there the right way. You could color both sides too if you're worried that they might flip, but I think you can probably get them in there so that they don't. Because once they're in there, they're not going to flip over. I think it would be difficult for them to do that. There, so now they can have kind of that shaking effect. And what we're going to do is we're going to flip the whole thing over like that, and we're going to take off this backing, and we're going to seal the back. So we're going to seal the back of this envelope. And if you like this simple way of making shaker cards, Stampin' Up! Does have envelopes like these. They're bigger, so you could make a bigger card out of it, or you could cut them to suit yourself. And they are $50 in a pack, so you get a lot of them, and they're, I think, less than $10 for 50 of them. So it's a great way to make a simple shaker card. Yeah, so here's all our little shaker guys. So we've done that step, so now what do we do? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put tear and tape across the top and the bottom on the side that we see here. And then we're going to stick it inside the card. So you can see what it's going to look like. I'll just do it this way. So it's going to be kind of like that. Right? So we're going to put a row on the bottom and a row on the top, and then just make sure that it sticks in there properly for us. Okay? So let's get our tear and tape out, and we will do that step next. Oh, you love all the little hearts, Kathy? Yeah. When I saw them, I thought there's got to be something we can do with all these little hearts that are left over. And then I just kind of had this brainwave the other day, and I thought, aha, I know what I'm going to do with them. I'm going to rainbow them. I rainbow everything because I always have loved rainbows. And to my great delight, we saw a fantastic rainbow yesterday. We were driving back to our cottage from the city of Barrie, which is about 15 minutes from where we're at. And oh my goodness, we could see the rainbow from different angles the whole time. So it was so beautiful, and I was really happy about that. Okay, so let's see if we can arrange that kind of in the middle. And then close it up so that it sticks. And then we can open it like that, and there it is. Perfect. Okay, so that is the end of our little shaker card. So look how neat that was. And you can kind of move the little hearts around as much as you want in there, and they just kind of shake around. And now you have a very colorful card for someone. And it was very quick, very easy because of this confetti birthday kit. And you also used really a cast off that was left over from the Saying Thanks kit. So if you want to find out where either of these kits can be purchased, I'd be happy to help you out. Just send me a message, and I'll also put the information in a post about this broadcast after we're done today. So thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderfully crafty weekend and have a lovely summertime. All right, bye for now, friends.